Oh, yeah! What the fuck? I'm calling both games.
Why does this exist? And we say, don't
I
know.
asked the same thing.
Don't know, but we're here.
Is like, you know, when you have someone that might be sick or there's a prolonged illness, like you have time to say goodbye to them. You have time to you know, make whatever. And obviously we didn't have any beef or anything with.
Yeah, we had
Uche,
no
but
warning.
Yeah, you can
we
say all the
expected him
things.
we expected him to be back this week.
Right, and it was very surreal to find out that he had passed away. It was sudden. He was taken from us far too soon. But
we both found out on Twitter pretty much.
Yeah, and that's even more.
Which just it's hard to read that it just came up like, wait, what?
Yeah. So then, you know, we find this out, and then Monday night, I'm like, hey, you know what's good? I'll watch some football. I'll distract myself. Uche's, you know, probably watching too from upstairs. Like, I wanted to remember Uche and just get my mind off of football. And then I tune into the game, and a bunch of players are on the field surrounding another player, and it was just a surreal scene. Traumatizing for anyone that was there.
One of the main things that I saw, which of course was the skip tweet. So if we guys want to discuss this tweet, I have opinions on this. So for those unaware, after Damar Hamlin went down, a lot of people took to Twitter, and Skip Bayless was one of these people. And he made a tweet that a lot of people did not agree with. A lot of people thought was inflammatory, and just really poor timing.
My first response was a bunch of FUs, a bunch of, usually I ignore your tweets, Skip, but, you know, because I usually ignore that kind of stuff and I don't say anything. But I went on a rant. And then the next morning I wake up and Twitter says you have to delete that tweet and you're suspended for 6 hours, which became 12 hours. And then, so I'm not going to let other people ruin my day.
It was someone who posted an Instagram story. I forget who it was, but basically they said the reason why so many people are upset at Skip is because of his history. This man has a history of demeaning, degrading, saying negative, horrible things about athletes, so he doesn't get the benefit of the doubt.
Like, here's my question. If you really care about the players, why does the franchise tag still exist?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is you don't care.
It's like, oh,
and I mean, I get you're getting paid a lot of money, but still.
Flesh that out, Tree. Why does
a
franchise tag go against player?
Well, it goes against where they want to go, and in a way, it's like
against the Patriots on Sunday, so you know that stadium is going to be,
and they are going to be the Bills themselves are going to be like just.
It is going to be a very emotional Sunday, and it's going to be an emotional game. So, you know, I think that the good news is that we're getting some reasons to be cautiously optimistic.
Is the Bills really needed to be the #1 seed? You've seen their runs in the playoffs the last couple years. They lost on the road. They lost in Kansas City, twice, I think? Because going into Arrowhead is a tough place to play. So the Bills really needed to get the AFC, but they needed the AFC Championship to be on their turf. They also needed to not give up 3 points in 15.
Denny Kellington, who was the assistant athletic trainer who administered the CPR to Damar Hamilton, and
Hamlin, yes.
Like, you know, they brought attention to what he did on the field to save his life today, and that's just like, you know, there's a lot of people across the country that do that for their jobs. They're first responders. There's people that do that all the time, and they obviously aren't going to get the attention, you know, that they deserve. But to know, like, he was out there and made those decisions in real time on that stage with somebody's life in the balance, and that he did everything right. Like, we're talking about criticizing the NFL from the top and maybe the way they handled it. The bottom line is the guys that were there and on the field did everything necessary
Absolutely.
to save Damar Hamlin's life and get him to the hospital on time. And now they're putting, some names and faces to some of the people who were just heroes in this situation.
I don't know. I guess it's kind of selfish in us, and this is why players deserve more medical attention and benefits. It's like selfish of us when we see a player go down. We're like, all right, just get him off the field so we can resume the game. Like when we're all watching, we're very we're caught in the moment. Like we want the game. We're only focusing on the game, and we often just forget about. It's like when a side character dies in a movie, and you're like, what about his family and everything? Like one of the Batman henchmen gets beat up by the Batman, and you're like, wow, he's gonna have to be in the hospital for years now because of the Batman.
The Lions have the tiebreaker over the Packers right now because they beat them earlier this year. If the Packers beat the Lions, then they'll have strength of victory. Like they'll be able to pass them. They will also then catapult over the Seahawks because the Packers will have a better conference record than the Seahawks. So they'll beat the tiebreaker there. If the Seahawks win, the Lions cannot make the playoffs. The Packers would make the playoffs. If the Seahawks lose, then Sunday night is winning in for both the Lions and Packers.
The Dallas Cowboys can still be the #1 seed this week.
Oh, buddy, that's not happening. I'm sorry.
And the thing is, it is
just
viable.
watch it be that the Eagles lose
viable.
and you somehow lose.
The Giants are not going to play hard.
Buddy, the Giants are playing hard, but even if they do, let's just say the Giants pull off a miracle.
Giants
You
beat the
have the
Eagles.
49ers playing against who are the Cardinals starting at this point? I think they
David
pulled some
Blau.
random.
David
There you
Blau.
go.
I like the Cardinals.
Lion.
I like
Former
the Cardinals.
Purdue Boilermaker and Detroit Lions.
No
David
DeAndre
Blau.
Hopkins. Yeah, it's
And
going to be.
It's playing Sam Howell.
I was saying this, I guarantee it. What's going to happen? You and we're going to rent a bar somewhere.
We have
We're just
to.
going to play it there. We'll
We
just do
have
it there.
to.
We'll have like the stream, we'll have the super chats, we'll have all that stuff.
We'll have
Epic.
everything.
Let's go.
Yes.
Let's go.
I would.
Come on.
I'd be so down. That would be the most wild stream ever.
Like I feel like all of us. I feel like I'd go topless and just do a mosh pit in the floor. Like, it'd be a mess.
A field goal.
It'd be
You're like,
so
what?
bad.
Idea of getting his channel to 100K subscribers so that his family can have the 100K plaque. He had only 21,000 subs at the time. He'd worked his butt off for those 21,000 subs.
Oh yeah.
He was grinding, and he really took YouTube seriously. We're at 57,000 right now. Let's get him to 100K so we can send him off with 57.5 right now. We're not that far off, guys. We can do this. We can do this. So that would be a nice tribute to Uche, and we would greatly appreciate that.
Definitely.
So without further ado, let's remember our friend who appeared on this show.
He was for
and-
NFL Draft,
yeah.
I think. Correct?
Yep.
Yep.
And we'll send you off, and we'll see you guys next week. I love y'all.
Definitely. Love you too, guys.
Well, I heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord. But you don't really care for music, do you? Well, it goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall and the major lift, the baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Your faith was strong, but you needed proof. You saw her bathing on the roof, her beauty and the moonlight overthrew you. She tied you to her kitchen chair, and she broke your throne, and she cut your hair, and from your lips she drew the hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. baby, I've been here before. I've seen this room and I've walked this floor. You know, I used to live alone before I knew you. And I've seen your flag on the marble arch. And love is not a victory march. It's a cold and it's a broken hallelujah. 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 Well, there was a time when you let me know what's really going on below, but now you never show that to me, do you? But remember when I moved in you, and the holy dove was moving too, and every breath we drew is hallelujah, hallelujah.